Okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion?
I see the Finance Committee meeting minutes, but then the second one is the special council meeting, not the special Finance Committee meeting minutes. So does your motion include both or just one?
It
Mine
didn't.
says special finance committee meeting.
Well, if they're correct, I'll move to
But
accept.
when you go to the packet.
The packet, it's because our minutes are automatically generated now, you know how we do the headings and stuff. So in the packet, Joyce is right, it does say special council meeting, but they are the minutes for the special finance committee meeting. So we'll update the heading for it. Isn't that what?
No, it says that it's the appointment of an alderperson to serve on the Finance Committee.
Oh, I see, all right, you're
So
right.
it's not the correct.
They combined in one.
Well, we just make an amendment, right?
Yeah, they're not combined into one. I'm not sure where the special finance. ones
Okay.
They must have got the wrong one. So I would say just approve the finance ones and we'll put the special finance ones on next time.
All right, I'll move to approve, pull the original motion, move to approve the finance committee meetings.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Council claims in the amount of $1,116,789.89.
And this is 4 weeks worth versus 2.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Approve secondhand article dealer.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Approve application for taxi cab and taxi cab driver.
Move to approve.
Second.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion of possible action on impact fee study.
Yep, so the memo from Trilogy kind of speaks for itself a little bit about why, or what impact fees we have right now. But as part of, as we look at some of these new developments that are coming in, we've identified that we haven't updated our impact fees in a while, and we haven't looked at the broad variety of ones that we could be implementing. And the point of these impact fees is just to make sure that any new development is paying their fair share of these various fees that we can implement, so they're not passed along to our existing property taxpayers. So with this, we'd just be looking at doing the study. It doesn't guarantee that the council has to implement any of these, but we would get a study back that would take a look at what we could do for fees. We'd bring it back to the finance committee and wait at some point then for the finance committee to review. And then if we want to implement any updates or new fees, the finance committee can then make that recommendation to council.
Timing of the study?
I think it should take about 60 days, 60 to 90, kind of at the high end. Some of the things, and also Councilmember DeZiel had asked about this too earlier in an email, just checking on this. There are some things in here that probably won't have to be done. We have a full inventory of facilities and things like that. So this is the high end cost for the study. We expect it'll come in a little less than this because we have some of the data already existing.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion of possible action to approve selection of ABM to conduct energy efficiency studies.
So as I talked about in the memo, we use a company very similar to ABM when we were looking at reviewing City Hall and our in the library for kind of COVID impacts and how we can adjust our HVAC system and things like that to make sure that we're offering a safe environment as we could during this time now still. And with that, the people that we have been working with at the other company have moved on to ABM. And one of the things that we had originally wanted to kind of continue on before COVID hit was, more importantly, the review of our facilities for energy efficiency options. And so what this would do is just allow ABM to work with the city to review our facilities, take a look and bring back any sort of ideas and things like that that we could implement for energy efficiency. If there are any sort of projects related to it, things like that, obviously it would have to come back to finance again to get approval. This just gives us the okay to work with ABM and then bring back any studies for further approval later if we needed to.
Move to approve.
Second?
Motion is second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion possible action on Hudson Housing and Redevelopment Authority pilot removal.
This is the most items I've ever had on finance at once.
Yeah.
So historically, the Hudson Housing and Redevelopment Authority has paid the city $10,000 a year in payment in lieu of taxes. That hasn't been an issue before, but now as their facility is aging, they have to do a number of upgrades. And for us, the $10,000 is a very minor impact on our overall revenue for the city. But for them, it allows them to make the needed improvements on an annual basis to the facility, and this is a facility in the community that we really need. So for us, I think it just makes a lot of sense that we don't need that $10,000 as much as they do. They provide a service that's very important for the city to have. And so staff's recommendation is that we waive that pilot. Now, in the future, if something changes, we can always reinstate it if we want to, but at this point in time, with the age of that facility and the work they need, we would recommend that we waive the pilot moving forward.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion is second to approve. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion possible action on spending undesignated capital funds for a replacement fuel system and a new fleet maintenance system.
Yep, so Brian did this one, and I won't make him come up and talk about it. But, basically, we don't have a system right now that tracks our fuel usage or our fleet maintenance. And we have a number of vehicles, we keep adding vehicles, things like that. We need to be able to adequately track and to know maintenance and needs of these vehicles. We also need to make sure that we're allocating the fuel that we use out of our system to the proper departments as well. Right now we literally have a paper-based system. You show up, you got to write it down, that sort of thing. It's not a very consistent or accurate way to do it. It's also not a secure way to do it. And this will make sure that we're adequately tracking all the city resources and that they're being allocated properly to the other departments. We've checked with multiple companies, and this is the best system and quote that we were able to find.
And that's coming out of undesignated capital funds?
Capital, correct. So this would be not our undesignated general fund, this is our capital fund. So this is funds left over from projects that we have bonded for or set aside money for in the past. So whether it be construction projects, vehicle purchases, things like that. Generally speaking, we usually end up with coming in a little under on projects, things like that. So this is the fund where that money stays. And it can be used for other capital related expenditures.
And we pass this, then what would that balance be? Do you know generally whereabouts or?
It's undesignated capital, so
We're sitting with over $1 million.
we're over $1 million in that fund right now.
Oh.
And that's what we've been using as we kind of pick away at some of these projects and things like that.
It's been building for many years because we don't, anything that is, when we do collect for street projects that we bonded for and paid all those expenses for. So we have spent the bond money, but we've recouped different things over times, or the sale of assets or things like that have gone into this account from looking at the history of it.
Okay. I'll move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion, second to approve. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. I don't have anything for future agendas. Anybody?
Can we get an update on the TARPA Fed funds or the?
What's that?
The funds, the Fed funds, so we can,
We'll bring it forward next meeting just to let the finance committee know where we're at. We still don't have final guidance. There was a bill going through the federal legislative process that was supposed to really clean things up and make it much easier for everyone. It hasn't been approved yet. So we're still kind of halfway of, we have interim guidance, but we don't have final guidance yet. But I'll still bring it forward, so at least you get an update of where we're at with it. I'll bring that next meeting.
thanks.
Anybody else?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion, second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. We stand adjourned.